The Daily Wake Up. Visualize your future. Behave in ways needed to create your future. Execute your new behaviors to fulfill your mission. We are mission chasers.
Good morning, gentlemen. This is John Vickers, owner of Explosive Performance Academy and creator of the Courageous Men program. We help men like you become the most elite versions of themselves through fitness, faith, family, and finances. And this is the Daily Wake Up. And this is episode 67. It's crazy. So, last night I'm at home, starting to get dinner ready, making dinner, and I decided, hey, let's look at the stats from yesterday's episode of this podcast. And I go on it, and I'm expecting, like, all right, we got 2 people listening today. I'm expecting that, because that's pretty much what it's been. It's been like 2 or 0 to 6 people listening to the podcast certain days. And I go on there and I'm like, oh, holy shit, there's 64 people that have listened to my podcast today. Like, oh, damn, like, that's crazy. And then throughout the night, the number just starts to climb a little bit more. Woke up this morning, checked it out. We're at 87 downloads yesterday from this one podcast. And it's crazy because today's episode is episode 67. Okay, so I probably got more downloads yesterday than I've gotten the last, like, 50 days that we've been doing this. I've done it every day in a row for 50 some days or whatever. But like, it's a great surprise. I'm happy. I'm glad a couple people are listening. Hopefully we're still listening today, because I feel like I provide some value. I give you some background on me and what's going on, and I know that I'm not the only person going through this stuff. So I feel like going through what I'm going through lets you know that you're not alone, and it lets you know that other people are going through this, and there are ways to figure it out and continue to get better and live a happy life that's filled with abundance. And I think one thing that a lot of people don't really think about is the value that they actually give in this world. And if you really understood, if we really understood, especially from a young age, like as kids, like the value that we give without asking for something, we're gonna get things back. And I know for me, like when I first started my training business, like I did not comprehend the give value thing in my life. Like, I did not understand the importance of being a go-giver and giving things to people. Everything was very transactional, and everything was very like, all right, you paid me for this service, here you're gonna get the service. We didn't do anything extra. There was nothing on top of that to help somebody improve. And it was a mistake. If I could go back, I would, and I would redo it. But when we give a lot of value, we get a lot back in return. A lot of referrals. We see money in our bank account, more money in our bank account. It's all about the value that you give. The more value that you give without asking for something, the more you're gonna get back. You can't just give to expect something in return. You have to give with an expectation that you're going to get nothing in return, but realize that you are going to get something in return. And it's a pretty crazy thing to think about. It's wild, but most people are very, very selfish. I mean, we all are selfish. We all want something in our lives. So typically we do something to get something back. If you can start giving without expecting something back, like your life is going to change. And there's really two things that you need to focus on right now. Okay, no matter where you're at. Number one, leveling up your skill. Whatever you do, leveling up your skill. If you are the best that there is at something, nobody can compete with you. You're going to get a lot in return. Especially if you are, number two, a go-giver. So if you give a lot of your skill set, a lot of your knowledge to people, and a lot of giving back to people, there's always going to be something in return because you're going to be very valuable. If you don't have a skill set, if you're not a go-giver, you're not going to live a life of abundance. And I could give you another story of another cousin of mine. My family, I was just thinking about this yesterday. My family on my mom's side is pretty messed up. And I have a cousin that all he did was take. And he doesn't give at all. And he's not living a great life. He struggles on a consistent basis, because he doesn't have a skill set. So what he does for work is scrap cars. That's his work. He scraps cars. That's what he does. Like, that's not a job. It's not a job. That's not work. He's trying, but he doesn't have a skill set. Like, it's crazy. So what I am here to tell you today is, if you want to live an abundant life, if you want more in return, you have to be skilled and you have to give. You have to give a lot. Continue to give, improve your skill set, continue to improve that skill set, because it never stops. It will never stop. There's so much that you can learn in whatever your field is, that skill can continually improve. More skilled you are, the more value you're able to give. The more value you give, the more you're going to get in return. So be skilled and be a go-giver. And that's all I have for you today. And I do want to give. I want you to go ahead and follow me on Instagram, both me and the Courageous Men program. And then I want to give you the Lean and Cut Men's Playbook, where you can get the exact guide on how you can become ripped this year in 2023. Then if you need more help, you can go ahead and apply for our High Performance 16 Intensive. All you have to do is go to the description below, and you can get all of that. All right? Just connect with me. Please subscribe. Please share if you find value. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Always remember to chase your fucking mission.